we don't have any other questions, we need to continue with the next speaker, the last speaker of this session, I think. Yeah. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. I will share my screen.
Please, go ahead.
So can everyone hear my voice and also see the picture on the screen? Okay, yes. Then I'll start. Hi, no matter where you are, good day. My name is Chen Xinyan or Cruz, and this is a part of my thesis, and the research I'm going to share about is an investigation of color realm visual perception, the effectiveness of multi-color appliance of design hotel interior design in Taiwan, and it is supervised by my advisor, Zhenbing Qiu. And okay, today's content, including 4-part introduction, material and methodology, results and discussion, and also conclusion. While the purpose of this research is trying to find if there is any scenic imagery consist of some specific colors, not only can visually display the concept of the theme. For example, in this study is the design concept of the design hotel, but also psychophysically effect to the target customers. For example, the main population that conduct domestic tour in Taiwan and easily associated with their experience. And to start with, I first mentioned about the purpose, but what is the background of this research? That is, due to the COVID-19, it has a drastic or dreadful effect on our hotel industry. So our Minister of Tourism, the director has conducted some sort of plan, like a 5-year plan about how to recover from this severe damage to our hotel industry. So as a student that major in design, I also want to make my effort in this kind of situation. So I have started, because not knowing about how to start in this industry. So I have referred to a bunch of the statistic data from our tourist bureau and also do some interviews, which I will mention over here. The interview with the hotel owner, which typically about the hotels that I'm able to do design at, which is a kind of hotel that is called design hotel. Then the results from the interview, I can conclude is firstly, they will, for example, inside the hotel guest room, they will have some scenes that is presented in front of the travelers when they come into the guest room. And then as the most important part, the color usage is a kind of supporting supplemental elements that help to emphasize the design concept inside this occasion. But the more important part is the appliance of the colors are creating an atmosphere for the ones that live inside here, that they will be feeling about the relaxation in this guest room. So usually the color appliance are applied on the seating or on the ground or someplace that is across the bed. But majorly these color appliance has to be really big area for creating this kind of feelings. But here comes the problem. It's no matter which kind of visual display is designed for the participants that is inside the room, which means the travelers have to come inside the hotel. But before the traveler come to this hotel, they have a process of willing to book this hotel or not on the website. So there's something we need to do in order to visual display this inside the photo on the website for letting them let the travelers willing to come to this place. So we refer to a theory about total appearance philosophy, which is the color, the size, the shape of product appearance will affect one's anticipation about whether they want to participate inside this thing or not. So in this study, it's the photo of the hotel guest room will affect one's to evaluation about, oh, I want to stay in this place, I want to book this place or not. So based on this, we refer to one research methodology which considers about an investigation of various visual elements, and it started with lexiconic connotation with various color combinations. And the way that the research this a methodology that connotate these words and these colors is by the attribution of color, which mainly can distribute it into two parts, like the perception of chromaticity and the perception of tone, or a combination of lux and saturation. So based on this, in order to conduct a study to find the specific color combination, we have these 4 steps, including an experimental setup, an exploratory investigation about whether this CIS color image scale research methodology will be workable for our participants, and also a questionnaire, color image scale questionnaires based on the psychological reaction. And then we would try to see the psychophysical reaction that is related to the results from the color image scale, which mainly we use the eye tracker as a research method. And the experimental setup parts, including 2 parts, the sample defining and the DH hypothetical gathering setting. As for the sample defining part, we first, as mentioned, there are 13 groups that are recommended from the CIS color image scale. And we, based on these 13 groups, we go to any kinds of media to find the related 30 photos. And we have invited 6 professionals, which ranging in different disciplines in design, and they also have color theoretical training for at least 1 year, and choose 6 photos individually from these recommended certain color combination groups. While as for the DH hypothetical guest room, we have discussed with the design hotel owners and also scholars about whether the color appliance will be reasonable inside the reality, and also this kind of color formations inside this united occasion will be effective when we are doing any kind of visual experiment. Then we have, as mentioned, about the color image scale questionnaires, which including 2 parts. Firstly, we have asked about individuals' perception of chromaticity and the perception of tone by asking 7-point Likert scale of cold and warm and hard and soft. And then we will ask their preference based on the 13 photos, which is originated from the colored image scale contended by Kobayashi in 1978, and also collect the demographic data. And based on the results, we have select some willing to examine color combinations and applied to the DH design hotel hypothetical guest room. And then we will ask some lexiconic connotation with this united image. As for the eye tracker part, differ from the usual measuring equipment we use inside colorimetry. We use this eye tracking seat, which is mainly related to the psychophysical examination. Like we have set a machine in front of the computer, and we will let the individuals to see the visual stimuli, and then we will record their viewing process, like chronologically, and also the bigger the circle is, which indicating the more time they spend on viewing at that spot. And we try to visualize it into heat mapping, and then we will analyze by drawing the photo as a examine area or area of interest to examine emotional related eye movement, pupillometry, and also attractiveness related eye movement, visit counts, and fixation duration. So based on the results from the exploratory investigation, we understood from the perception part, like we have transferred us the coordination system from the CIS image and compared to the 3 color combinations CIS image scale that is contended by Kobayashi in 1978, that there are some slight differences. And the most interesting part is about when individuals view the photos that consider as consist of the color combinations from the group Caucasian, that the perception of the chromaticity, or I write hue over here, has the most biggest standard error among the other 12 groups. As for the tone perception, it has the least standard error among the other groups. And also to understand more, we have like put this group, all the color combination inside our united occasion, and then ask about whether, for example, this picture is associated with useful, agile, or speedy. Just choose one from the three options. And then we have conducted binomial tests, and we understood, yeah, there are some specific color combinations applies inside this united occasion do correlated with some specific vocabulary, like useful color combination to useful. And in order to understand whether this kind of easily connotated color combinations is also effective for individuals when they are viewing this photo on various visual media, we have conducted eye tracking process, including information perceiving, evaluation, and also lexicon and connotation. And then the results indicating firstly from the pair sample correlations among all stages, or the pair sample correlations from the pupil size inside the information perceiving process, that there's no emotional arousal during this, no matter what kind of colors that is used inside this united occasion. But there are some specific color combinations that is designed effectively. For example, speedy in co-occasional, it is effectively among all the process of evaluation in this eye tracking experiment, and also like it is more effective than the other color combinations when we are using the color combinations inside this color combination group co-occasional. And the conclusion over here, to summarize what I did in this experiment, is I found a group of color combinations that seems to be interesting based on the statistical result, which is eventually co-occasional. And I tried to put the representative color combinations inside a united occasion, and I tried to find the lexiconic connotation and also the design effective color combination was this one, and the result indicating that there is some lexiconic connotation effective group, but for the effectiveness in realistic design, it is recommended that this color combination speedy, and it also not associated with useful, but it may associated with these two, agile and speedy, like the imagery was this this photo. So based on this, what can we found from the results? Actually, we are trying to conduct a color perceptual model based on consumer psychology, like before individuals decide whether they want to book this hotel or not, how their judgmental process be and how it is related to the usage of color. And also we found that this process, there's no emotional arousal color combinations, but design effective color combination applies, and specific imagery can be easily associated with the total appearance that contains specific color. While since this study only used some specific color combinations from the color image scale, which is conducted by Kobayashi in 1978, and we didn't discuss about the various visual elements inside this. For example, this hypothetical design hotel guest room. So it will be able to do as a future research direction for related researchers. And also in this research, we didn't consider about the realization direction. For example, since by discussion with the design hotel owners, we understand that informing them to use this kind of colors directly inside the interior design, it may have some hard part. But if we use these colors inside, for example, an introduction, visual video either on the websites or in the books, then it may be a workable way to realize our research results. And this is all I want to share about, and this is the reference. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for your presentation. So let me take your questions.
Okay.
from the audience? Do you have any questions, all, to Cruz? So just let me ask you one question, Cruz.
Okay.
My question is that for the design hotel, do you take any consideration? I mean, do you take any thoughts on the target group, that like age group, or the people who what kind of preferences, like for the, you know, like a young couple or whatever, that, you know, the target people?
Actually, in a setting of my research, it's like, since after discuss with the design hotel owners, we can divide this part by two parts. Firstly, according to our tourist bureau statistic data, we understand about like the most people who take the domestic tour, since this is in Taiwan, like the tour in Taiwan, 18 from 21 to 30 is the most. But because there will be a bunch of people that comes to this hotel for any kinds of reasons, so we only set it as whether you want to like travel in this place and you want to relax, it's for recreational travel only. But we didn't consider about whether you are going here with a bunch of friends, or you're come here with your family, or you're come here with for example, what Kyoko you said about whether you come with a couple or not. Yeah. So did I answer the question or not?
Yeah, I just wanted, thank you so much for your answer. And so yeah, it looks very you know, like very colorful hotels, and which looks very cool, like so anyway, so I think we are just over a little bit over the time. So but do you have any other questions so far, asking the cruise? So no more questions. So thank you very much for your wonderful presentations all. And I think this session is all over. And thank you, Jimena. And do you have any words, Jimena?
No, well, thank you, Kayoko, and thank you for all of the speakers. I think it was a very interesting session with different topics, but at the same time, with the focus on the colors and preference, no, and different study of the colors and the buildings in different relations. And I think it's so interesting to see how the project is going on and the challenge for the future, no? And in my case, it's some inspirations for my projects too. Thank you so much for all of you and your contribution for study the buildings and the colors, no, relations.
So just thank you for all.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good night, good day.
All
Depends
night.
on the place in the world.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay.